This is how you can farm infinite grapples. I'm giving away gift cards every single day for V-Bucks on this channel to random supporters down in the comment section. All you have to do is a like, be a subscriber, and comment your epic username down below. That way I can go into the item shop and gift friends or you guys any skin you want. Now, in order to do this, you are going to need villagers in pretty much every single possible village that you guys have. You can get a total of 5 in each village. It's best in the dry valley. However, you get some additional help by doing this in the grasslands and then also in the snow biome, just as far as some resources go. Now, if you don't know how exactly to get these villagers, one way to do it is obviously just searching around. There are some out in the wild that you can talk to, have them follow you, and actually go to your village. The way that I went and did this new village was I actually just sat here and they would randomly come to my village, and then all I needed to do was put down some beds and ask them to stay, and I earned myself 5 new villagers extremely quick. Now, one of the key things is having a village inside of the dry valley, because as you can see, I actually have my villagers killing the skeletons and they will drop me those blast powder, which is incredibly useful and is the biggest part as to why you can farm these grapples so easily now. Now, one of the best ways to farm a ton of blast powder in the game has always just been to kill some skeletons. One of the ways that you can do it where you don't have to do much of the work is simply to bring the skeletons to your villagers in the dry valley. Now, this is a completely separate base as I forgot to remove my old one now that they've added that in the most recent patch, but you can actually just allow your villagers to go and destroy every single skeleton that's around you, except in this case, where obviously Peely needed Papa to give him a little bit of help in order to go and get all of the blast powder. So he wasn't much help as far as getting rid of them, but he did weaken them enough where it was easy for me. But villagers and multiple villagers can take all of these guys out, and what you guys can see is I get a really solid drop worth of blast powder, but this is more important for later on. So it's recommended to have 5 villagers, but 2 is just fine. Have one of them go on the metal smelter. That will give you copper bars. Your other one should go on a resource job to find nearby resources. What that's going to do is actually get you materials that you need for your grapples. That is going to be what gives you those blast powder when they fight on these skeletons. He will give you those blast powders when you ask him how his job is going later on in the game. And with enough workers on the metal smelters, what you guys are going to see is that you could just start walking up to your players and asking them how their job is going. And when you do this, in return, they will give you those copper bars if they're available. So what I did was I added a third one of my villagers in the grasslands onto the metal smelter. I asked one of them how their job is going. They gave me just 1 single copper bar. That's not very common. And then my other villager also gave me 1 copper bar, which again is not very common in the game. They typically will give you about 30 when you ask them for their copper bars. So keep that in mind to put them on the metal smelter and to collect nearby resources, and they're going to give you over 100 copper bars per in-game day.